The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Talofa Lover. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Crack open a cold one.
Talking over each other straight away.
Look, it's just what it is. We're doing a podcast from across the oceans. You just have to put up with it. As much as we are trying to fine-tune everything, you just stuck with what you got. Welcome along to The Real Pod. My name's Jane Yee. Joining me from across the oceans, Duncan Grieve and Alex Casey from The Spin-off.
Hello there, Jane.
Hi, whoa. Chats. Listen,
oh my
turn off
God.
your Slack.
Tina, you're getting personal.
Okay, let's give the cornies some context. Let's give them some
That was
context.
the tea as well.
All right, cornies. We're recording on Tina's computer because she's lovely. And there's some very interesting information just came through. I don't know if I agree with all of that. I don't know if it's legal in my states.
I don't know what I just saw. All I know is my name was attached to it, and I plead the fifth. You'll understand that, Jane?
I do. Yeah, I don't.
Anyway,
I don't.
Anyway, enough of that.
Enough of that. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into this week's podcast, brought to you by Nando's. Alex, you've got some Nando's news?
I have some cracking Nando's news.
Crack it then.
Cornies might remember, was it last year, the year before, where I was a judge at the Master Griller competition?
Last year.
Promise you're the only one who remembers.
That's
Everyone who
absolutely
remembers.
untrue.
It was last year because I had a moonboot, remember? I had my calf injury.
Okay, there you go.
During the Spin-off TV, actually. Better days.
Netball.
And they had this year's winner, for the first time ever, was a girl. And when I say girl, I mean woman. And guess what? She was from Mount Eden.
What?
Oh, amazing.
Could have been
Hang
you.
on.
Hey,
She's
probably
from the
was
Mount
me.
Eden Nando's.
Yeah.
Or she lives in Mount Eden.
What? Do you have a name?
It's relevant.
Does she have a name?
No.
This girl woman?
Girl, yeah, girl. Absolute girl. So she's the first girl ever to win the New Zealand Master Griller. She's going to go overseas to Ireland to compete against the rest of the world. All the other Nando's grillers from across the globe, Jane, you know about that, in mid-September.
Can we get her on the pod?
I think we should get her on the pod.
How many people?
The mistress griller.
How many
That's
people
not
have
good,
we
is
said
it?
we're going to get on the pod
Gorillas?
that we've never gotten on the pod? So many people. She's
Oh,
joining a
hundreds.
long queue.
Hundreds.
Yeah, but
we tried
she's
to
right
get
at the
Osher
front.
Gunsberg, or whatever his name is, on the pod.
Yeah.
Didn't work either.
No.
Simon Day met him. I'm getting into real news now.
Yeah,
and
you've gone
then,
mad.
of course, we tried not to have NASA on the pod, and he still ended up there anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the best of times. No.
Life is what happens when you make other plans.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
our
as a
hashtag
John
is
Lennon.
#RealPod. Our Facebook is facebook.com/TheRealPodPod. And our Instagram is @TheRealPodPod. I haven't told you what this podcast is about, but it is your reality TV recap in real life in New Zealand podcast. Coming up, did Jane survive the big quakes in California? Spoiler alert. We're on the block, of course, and does one shower really need 4 shower heads? Spoiler alert, probably not. But first of all, let's get into the real news. so far off, Alex.
I have to explain this to the cornies. We've established a whole new set of gestures to try and make this podcast run smoothly. And Jane's got this new weird thing when the stings are playing where she just makes her hands go bigger and then smaller and smaller and smaller. It doesn't help my singing.
No, but look, Duncan and I discussed in our pre-production meeting that you decided that you'd go down to the dairy for instead of sitting in with us on
This
it.
is pre-production. Taurine.
We've
it was actually
decided
good.
We're not doing pre-production
Dad.
in the podcast anymore, apart from this moment. And secondly, that we were not going to let everyone know about our secret gestures. We're just going to seem like a slick, well-oiled machine. And now you've blown it.
Well, I think we're going to have to explain because I've already noticed, even when Duncan did the rap, there was like a moment's silence for the rap
We all
signal.
freaked
And
out.
I don't think we should go quiet because we're doing like silent gestures to each other.
No, they're supposed to be simulcast with chat.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
we'll figure it
difficult.
out. We'll
It's
figure it out.
difficult.
Anyway, isn't it time for that reel?
Yeah, it is time for that real news. Okay, so you would have heard at the beginning of the podcast, we're back to our original, or at least our second generation of theme music. Because last week we played some new stuff and the cornies didn't they like it?
They did not like our new stuff as
Unbelievable.
much as our old stuff. Did they understand what they were hearing?
Look, I went into the corner because they were ragging on it in a nice way. And that kind of, they were doing that thing where they were like, look, this is how you know that we are honest with you and that we love you, is that when you do something a bit shit, we're going to tell you about it. But I went in and it was just like, just double checking, you'll realise the music was a rework of the Max Key Corner theme. And one person.
No, you're
did
reading
it,
the
two
internet,
people-
aren't you?
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be reading the internet. Okay,
another
this is
rule.
live. I literally only just posted it, so I can only.
I know,
read it.
but I don't want you looking at the internet. We talked about this. You got
That's
a
all
problem.
I know how to read. Okay, some people realised it and some didn't.
I think no one did.
I think no one did too.
I think context is everything on this part. I don't know why I'm pointing so aggressively at you, Jane.
I don't know if
But
that's
I
one of the new
reckon-
gestures.
20 years ago, had we done it in the Max Key Corner slot, smash it.
Yeah.
Smash it.
Yeah.
We would have heard the applause all the way from wherever Wayne lives.
But what you mean if we'd play? Yeah,
I think it's because we put it in the intro
jazz
slot.
version.
Yeah. If we had just played the jazz version in the Max Key Corner slot, it would have been a smash hit.
Okay, people are not into it regardless.
In
Four people
time,
The four people who replied. I'm shook too.
I
When we
think
first heard that, we were like, between ourselves, we were like, this is amazing.
yeah,
I was playing it around the house to Joe, and we were how we laughed.
Yeah, you probably did some ballroom dancing, did you? Real short ones.
I actually did. I try and get him to dance with me. It never happens. But
Do you think
the
the
Max Key Corner
Cornies
sting?
are about to start their own podcast?
That would be
Probably already
amazing
happened.
if there was like a rebel pod. What if JT did it? Because he's
No,
bloody
look,
good.
don't put ideas in their heads. Let's move on.
You're not allowed.
The Bachelorette is coming to New Zealand. This is huge news.
This is
Huge.
Beyond huge.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of dumbstruck. Well, there's so many cool things about it. One is that it's network hopped because we just thought it was
Crazy.
just in a tomb at MediaWorks and they were just not letting it out. I love that they've gone, okay, fine, well, it's use it or lose it. It's gone to TVNZ too, who've made some cracking reality lately.
Crack in reality.
And it's Warner Brothers are making it, who made the original New Zealand Bachelor, the first season of which was the masterpiece that made us. So it's got huge excitement written all over it.
It's crazy. I feel like even the way that it was when the announcement came out, I still don't really believe that it's real
No.
because
Yeah.
it's too exciting to actually think about. Like
Yeah.
this podcast started because of The Bachelor.
It did.
This is our return to
Glory.
Oz.
One of those.
return to Oz. You know what I mean?
And also,
It's like, it makes me emotional.
Yeah.
they've really, I think they've really put their stamp on it by making it Bachelorette as well. Because that was kind of the one thing I feel like MediaWorks were always going, well, there's just not enough dudes in New Zealand who would, we wouldn't be able to find 25 guys who'd be willing to go on a show like this. And TVNZ have taken over the franchise and gone, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
The
really
other-
curious to see if it's going to be just kind of very, very similar because it's the same production company doing it, right?
What I'm excited about is I've got this theory that all of New Zealand's eligible lads have been like we're through them all. You know, we've had 3 bachelors, 1 good one, 1 pretty good one, and Jordan, but we've done 2 seasons of Heartbreak Island, and we've done a full Love Island by the time this is cast. So we have really, anyone who's remotely interested they've already been through the meat grinder. So I just think we're going to have some real, just straight down off the farm, proper Kiwi blokes. I think it's going to be terrific.
Yeah, because also, like, if you're the odds on it as a man, like, you know, men are already so hesitant to go on a show like this, the odds of winning so much less than Heartbreak or Love or even Maths. Like, Maths, you're guaranteed to get married if you get on it, you know? You have to fight forever.
Maths has a lower age limit of 25, I believe. This is 18.
18.
Yeah. There's supposed to be an engagement at the end of these shows.
Nah,
If
not
your
in New
19-year-old
Zealand.
signed up. I know.
It's
but
a handshake.
Not in New Zealand.
I don't want it to be anymore. I want, like, this is the chance. If TVNZ really want to prove themselves, let's have an engagement at the end of The Bachelorette.
But they can't make that. They can't make that happen. It's the Kiwi culture.
Make it happen.
I think we've got to change the culture.
We
True.
do. We can't do these shows half-assed anymore.
But like, if
Gotta
Art and
go all
Matilda, who knew from day one, you know, now a baby on the way any day now, probably, for God's sake.
That would actually
They
be,
didn't even get engaged.
but wouldn't maybe that's what we need to start doing is you're pregnant.
Pregnant at first sight.
Not pregnant at first sight, because that's, I mean, even, I don't know how you do that.
There's
But-
tech.
But like, you're not married and you're not even really going out, but you're pregnant. Like, that would be quite New Zealand. That's
yeah.
certainly my experience of
Yeah.
bringing life into the world.
We're sponsored by Huggies. But I reckon, I really want them to do I don't think they will because this has been such a clear public open casting call, but if they got like an ex-bachelorette from the MediaWorks stable to jump
Who
over.
would it be? Who would
But
it
I'm
be?
worried that they might all be, it depends what age they go for, but like, I mean, Lily's already in the family. She's on Treasure Island, but would that be too much Lily?
Is that possible? Is there an oxymoron?
Well,
What about...
Look, I don't feel...
Shari?
I don't feel like Lily could really... I just don't know that it's her thing.
I don't know if you'd buy the seriousness of it.
True.
And quite often, if you've watched many batch seasons as I have, the person who's the bachelor or bachelorette is really just the glue that holds all the other personalities together. So you actually kind of want someone pretty straight up and down, and then you cast, you know, the supporting characters as that's where all the colour is.
Unless you go all the other way and do honey badger mode and get a massive personality. But yeah, I think you're right. It's a risk. And I'm sure I can't even think of a single person, single celebrity right now. I'm blanking.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge, and I do think if they cast if they do it in the classic style of announce the bachelorette and then have them be the incentive to join, which they haven't done historically in New Zealand. That's pretty key, I think.
I reckon
in terms
that would
of
be a great way to do
rewiring
it. That would be a
Be
great
great.
way to do it here. Yeah, for sure. Now, when this news was announced, we got on the emails and Duncan was like, Jane, I reckon you should come home for the premiere of this. We don't know when it's going to air, do we?
It's next year.
2020.
Next year. Okay. Well, that could be on. But anyway, on top of that, now New Zealand's got Bachelorette again. Well, first time we've got Bachelorette, but back into the franchise. Lego stores coming to New Zealand, which is huge. And I can tell you that because I've been to Lego stores here and they're awesome. IKEA's coming, Taco Bell, Costco, Sephora. I'm
What are you
coming
doing?
home. I don't even know why I'm here. And there
Yeah.
were bloody earthquakes.
I mean, look, it's been a lot of brokering of retail franchises, but we think we've made the case. You know, we
You're doing
actually had
quite
no
well.
experience in that, either of us.
No.
If you can
It's
get in
amazing
and
what we
out
pulled
there,
off.
if you can get in and out there, Don't bother, actually, because Nando's is much nicer.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I've had In-N-Out, and it was not that great.
I had Taco Bell once before, and I had, as I've said earlier, at a very serious editorial meeting, I had a taco, but the shell was a big Dorito. How do you explain that?
I can't explain it.
Well, is it science or is it like against nature?
It's not right. Just go to Nando's. You know you're eating real proper food there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Also, shout out Nando's. Who's going to win? Me, because I've got something for the sponsors. We got a halloumi hookup in our lunch delivery today, Jane, for the first time ever. Just a little separate pottle of halloumi.
Terrible
Wow.
news. It's not the first time ever.
You ate it all last time.
Not all.
What?
But I just didn't let it get out of the you know.
A tight group of
The
halloumi
coven.
hustlers.
Halloumi hog.
It's only, you know.
I was just charmed by it. Because first of all, I'd never seen such a little cute box. It was like almost like an engagement ring box.
It was.
Did you call it a pottle, by the way?
I might have.
I'm just
Got pottle on the mind.
I'm harking back because last week we didn't get to it, but in the block last week, Lisa said that she hated the word membrane, and then like it was right there with moist as one of her most hated words. And then I got in the corner and asked people what words they hated, and a couple of people said pottle, which is really interesting because I'd known someone at university who hated the word pottle as well. Isn't that a funny one?
Cute word.
Yeah, is it because they're
Pottle.
posh, and pottle is like a portmanteau of like two different words? And
What is it? What does it mean?
What pot?
It's
Pot
like
and
a
bottle.
pot in a bottle.
Oh, see, I thought little pot.
Whoa!
Bottle. Little.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's a little pot. I think it's pot. It's a pot in a bottle. It's a pot with
But
a
it's not a
screw-on
bottle.
lid.
Like a yogurt
Technically.
bottle.
Like one of those little.
It's got a peel-off lid, famously.
No, not a yogurt. Oh shit! Well, it's a pot with a lid. It's a pot with a lid.
Yeah,
Is
what's
it?
that mean?
No.
Well, my bottle's got a lid.
I think it's a little pot.
Because a beer bottle just
I think
has
it's a
flip
little
off
pot.
lid. No.
Sound off
Oh
in the
my
comments.
gosh.
Do you guys have words
this is
that you
story.
can't handle? Like I can't do panties.
I thought about this when I saw the thread, and I just
Yeah, I didn't have one.
I couldn't think of one.
I love them all.
Huh? Yeah, wordsmiths, you know.
They all crack up.
Oh my god.
Emails for Tina.
There's
Jesus.
another email come through.
Oh my
From
god.
DJ. I won't say who. It's a secret.
But it's
Okay.
funny.
Anyway,
It's
there was a
funny.
little. We went a little off track there. Anyway, let's get back to LA, where there was some really big earthquakes last week, and I just wanted to report on those live from the scene.
Yeah.
Well,
what's
they
What do
were-
you got?
going on?
I
Looks
actually,
pretty still.
I had a corny, old Stu, you know, Stuart. He got me to be on the news radio as a voice of the people.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I was on the 5
Did
p.m.
he
bulletin.
plug the pod?
I didn't even think about it.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
obviously, I was very shaken, so to speak. The earthquakes were massive at the epicenter and not that massive in LA. And it was really interesting seeing how the Herald and stuff presented the news to you folk back at home, which was basically California suffers from biggest earthquakes in 20 years, devastation, injuries, fires. And it's like, I think there was like, you know, some cans fell off the supermarket shelves in that town that's near the epicenter, but like no one in LA. We felt it. It was scary, but it wasn't like not so much as a glass toppled over.
Even RNZ like push notified it, which I think is a little rough. Like, it made me terrified. Jumped on Twitter. I think it was Kimberly Crossman tweeting about the earthquake, but immediately underneath was, because I was on there to check if Jane was okay.
You could have just contacted me, by the way.
well,
it
I
seems
don't-
unusual to go through Twitter.
Well, you were on the blower with bloody.
Yeah, you were chatting to
Stu.
Stu. But I see you setting up like a lovely date with Kimberly Crossman, and I was like, well, that's how I know she's all right. That was actually a lovely way to find
Kimberly
out.
Crossman.
Yeah.
I mean, we've exchanged numbers.
Do you know she has a tarantula?
No, I did
yeah,
not
you
know that.
should run.
That is
What if
real
she takes
news.
it out like without warning?
What do you mean she takes it out? Like on a leash or?
Okay.
Out of the cage. What if there's an earthquake and it falls out?
Alternate idea. Jane gets like becomes one of those people with either a ferret or a boa constrictor, and she brings that along to show Kimberly who's got the strange pet.
No, that's going to end badly for one of those animals, isn't it?
I feel like you, giant boa constrictor, walking around LA, cool.
I'm not how much do those things weigh? I am far too lazy for that.
Okay,
something
ferret
much
then.
smaller
Ferret.
and lighter. Ferret's fine.
So
squirrel?
cute.
What about like a
Rat? Little white rat?
Do they have
No.
eels in a?
You can't have an eel.
Your part
It's
of
gonna drown.
Yeah, a little tank on a skateboard. Duh.
Okay, it definitely needs to
Oh
have
my
a
gosh,
ferret.
that is a cracking innovation.
Oh my god.
Okay, speaking of innovations, Alex,
I think it's a new pod.
Hello.
tell
Jane's
us the
Weird
latest.
Pets.
Tell us the latest in sex toys.
Oh no, I
new?
can't talk about it yet because it's too much of a spoiler.
Censored.
So I did some filming for On the Rag, and there was
I can't talk about
an
it.
instance with me. I'm not sure if I'm allowed. I get in trouble with Amber if I say too much about upcoming episodes. What I will say is, stay tuned.
Okay.
Because it won't be for ages. It won't be for like months.
I mean,
Probably
it's
won't be
good, it's
for
good long lead
2 or 3
promo, and you
months.
can tell us more
Yeah.
sordid
I mean, sign up
deeds.
to the spin-off members as well
Yeah.
while you're on your computer.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I spent 2 hours with New Zealand's leading sex toy expert, and I learned a lot, and I saw a lot, and I touched a lot of different things.
Do you think that she's the supplier for Julia Sloan? Remember that?
That's
I mean,
a good question.
that whole thing was that cock ring. I can't even say it.
Yeah.
I saw like 6 different kinds.
Of cock rings.
Leather studded with then like 2 little hammocks.
Hammocks for the nut, like nutsacks.
Yes, and it looked like a little outfit.
So if they just want to relax, if they wanted like a day off, the lads.
It was crazy, and that was one of 50 things. So stay tuned.
How do you stay tuned, by the way?
Just keep looking at our YouTube channel
Forever.
for months.
Oh God!
But yeah, it was
Oh.
full on. But then also by the end of it, I was like, "This is all good," you know. She was weird, but I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Because
You sound
it's
like
going to
Callum.
be months away.
You've got to be careful of those situations, where you get weirdly desensitized in that like intense environment, because that's how I ended up in like a Me Too situation with Ron Jeremy. Actually,
Oh my god, that's
What?
right. That's right.
What? Have you told that
Fuck.
story on the pod?
I don't think you
I
have.
don't
What?
want to. I don't want to because it's too mortifying. But there's just
Oh.
a word of caution. If you're ever doing an interview with a porn star and you get desensitized to all the talk, if you find yourself in that unique situation, just watch out. Okay.
Fuck.
That was dark.
Moving
I
on.
know. But it's actually true about
It's
the
also
whole
good advice.
getting desensitized when you're in funny situations. Anyway, the Bachelor, the only Bachelor that ever has been, what's his name? Nick Honey Badger Cummins.
Cummins.
So there's speculation that he was paid $525,000 to appear on the show.
That's so much
And what-
money.
How do you get
So
the last
much money.
25? Don't you just say it's a nice clean round $500,000 and move on?
Well, the weird thing is, when you read the story, it was Brooke, whose surname is Blurton, which seems appropriate because she's
That's a fake
blurting out
name.
all the stories.
Oh.
She said that someone was like, oh, it was around 250, and she was like, I think it was closer to like $500,000. So that's gone from $500,000 to 525 precisely. Anyway, he hasn't commented, but more importantly, one of the Cornies' friends snapped a picture of the honey badger in Croatia.
And it's a close-up pic.
It's
That's
it is.
crazy.
Is it zoomed in? It looks like they're sitting together in some sort of, I don't know, a tour situation or something. You know, like on an open-air bus or... Oh, she's on the internet.
I'm sorry. No, it's to
She's
do
on
with the next. It's to do
Slack.
with the next bloody thing in the real news. I was gonna get first-hand account, not second-hand
alright.
account, first-hand account. But yeah, I was really impressed by that snap. It was either like a Here at the spin-off, Toby Manhire likes to take very in-your-face. This is going to sound bad. This is bad.
Cut this out. Cut this out.
Cut this out.
No one can ever know.
Don't worry about this.
Just leave it. Just leave it in. Leave it in.
Leave it in.
Just don't worry about it.
Cutting out is extra work. Let's not worry about that.
Let's
It's
just leave it in.
It's fine.
It's not bad. It's more weird.
It's a very close-up shot. It's either right up in his
Bit
face
bad.
or it's someone's zoomed in a long way.
Yeah.
But it seems reasonably okay resolution.
Good
so
res.
Could almost sell it. Special guest Simon Day. I've slacked Simon Day to get him into the studio to talk about his encounter.
Simon Day's Real Pod debut. You know who's going to be spewing about this?
I don't know.
Ben Thomas is going to die.
Hey, Cheese. You can take my mic if you want.
I'm good. Kia ora.
Do you want to read the next
can you hear
item?
me,
Am I on,
Simon?
Tina? Am I here?
No.
Can you
Oh,
hear
you
me?
can't hear Jane.
That's okay. Don't worry. I'll sit this one out. I'll just watch from.
So
I'll
just
watch from
give
here.
it to us raw.
Osher.
Osher Gunsburg is an advocate for the Nissan Leaf. That's how I got to meet him. I was at a launch event in Australia for the second generation of the Nissan Leaf. He leased two when he was living in LA and now owns one.
Two.
Whoa.
In Australia. He loves the Leaf. He's he's all about the electric vehicle.
Did you have a sit down chat with him, or what was the situation?
No, I grabbed him at the end and sort of gushed over him on your behalf. I explained that it was for my friends in Auckland who
And he
just
listens
adore
to the
him.
pod?
He doesn't listen to the pod. He's never
Did you
heard
play
of
it
the
to
pod.
him on your phone?
I showed
have
him some
roaming
of
data
the
on?
funny photoshops that you use for the cover.
Wow. Well, how tall was he?
He was really short,
He
like
seems
shorter
like
than me.
a little man.
Well,
He's really he's very well groomed. Sam thought he looked really good for 44, and I looked about right for 44, and I'm 34. But he's a really nice guy. He had a good chat.
Did you ask him anything about The Bachelor Australia?
No, I don't know anything about the Bachelor
Jeez,
Australia.
you know that at least Honey Badger's on it because we had the big cutout of him.
I did know the honey badge, the badge.
with your lingo. Now, Cheese, while you're here, would you like to plug any of your own podcasts?
And I'd like to plug the members program, actually, while I'm here. If you love what the spin-off does and want to keep it all happening, donate to the members program, become a member. You get all the cool stuff that we do, and it might help my cricket podcast keep going. New Zealand is appearing in the final on Sunday. It's absolutely essential listening if you want to get on
What, does your cricket
the
podcast have a
bandwagon.
name, or is it just a vibe?
It's called The Offspin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pun.
And what's your day job?
Talking shit, really, and trying to convince people to give
What-
us money.
Yeah.
So I'm the commercial editorial director. So got the longest name in the company.
So if you're listening to this and you're in the Marcoms world, you want to do some stuff with the spin-off, you want to speak to Simon Day.
Simon Day at thespinoff.co.nz.
Whoa.
And a shout out to Nando's. What a sponsor.
Yes.
Man,
All
that was
right.
great.
That
Thank
was
you.
slick as
It
hell.
was a pleasure. I was really
Man, extra
excited to.
cheese.
Nice to see you too, Jane. I'm really enjoying your Instagram updates.
Oh, thanks.
Your
You
house
can't
is
hear me,
fucking
but thanks.
amazing.
Thank you.
It's just a chat now. Thank you, Cheese.
Big cheese.
Let's give a clap for Cheese. Thank you
Wow,
very much.
eh?
It was exciting. We'll put that photo of Cheese and Osher Gunsburg in the corner because Cheese is in the corner, isn't he? Simon Day, as he's formerly known.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why do you
he's
give his
in the corner.
nickname?
I think it's.
Is it to do with the food or his just cheesy vibe?
I have a feeling it's about something much worse.
Oh, no.
Real. I can't
that out.
wait to hear about
Cut
that.
that out. I know, but I wanna say
leave it in. All right. Get
What's
off.
next on the agenda?
Okay, let's charge on to the turtles causing havoc on the runways of airports the world over, or at least just in Australia.
It was in Australia. I just thought it was funny to think of a plane trying to take off and there's just a little turtle waddling its way across the old,
Can confirm that's funny.
what's the name? But it was mostly because I wanted to just tell a sad story that I might have told on the pod before, that my friend Whitney, beloved friend Whitney, once saw a turtle get hit by a car in Mount Eden.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Turtle, not a tortoise.
I don't know. What's the difference?
Turtles are the water ones and tortoises are the dry land ones.
I think it was a I think
I'm a
it was like
huge tortoise
turtle.
herd. 'Cause, like that's my
Do you get them
favourite
in this
animal.
country?
Yeah, I saw a couple at Butterfly Creek on Tuesday.
Like
if
Galapagos
you know what I mean.
or what?
Just the regular wee ones. Galapagos are the giant ones, I think.
I'm not sure. I'm just saying be vigilant, guys, because the turtles are out, you know?
Not
Or
only
the
that,
tortoise.
but that particular turtle, it wasn't his first rodeo on the tarmac. He'd been out earlier in the day. They'd already had to remove him once.
See, that's
and
funny.
Dare
Look at
I
his
say,
face.
walk him a little further away next time.
The thing
'Cause
about, they live
they-
forever, though, right? That's the problem.
Well, tortoises particularly. I don't know about turts, but they do they get around quickly? Because tortoises, they don't have the greatest reputation for speed. Don't know
I
about
don't
turtles.
think turtles do.
It's
either.
just it's the arms, isn't it?
It's
We
just
get
a
it.
cool
We
We
vibe.
get it, Duncan. Turtles and tortoises are two different things. You've made your point.
Just keep an eye out.
That's the only thing I know with any authority
We
in
need
this
to
world.
add the story about the guy who hit paddles.
Yeah, I kind of read that. It's a
No?
bit of it's a non-story. Can I just say?
What do you mean it's a non-story?
Well, it's a non-story because he hit paddles. Jacinda knew at the time that he hit paddles, and it says he's come forward, but all he's done is come forward to the media.
Who brought him forward, do you think?
It just is a weird
Do you
story.
think it's Prime Minister's office? That's what Don's conspiracy theory is. That's the PM's office. They've got a scandal brewing. They wanted to distract attention.
So back to paddles. Always
Dark
take it back
arts.
to paddles.
Yeah. Democracy, mum.
Because she'd rung him at the time to say, look, I'm sorry you had to go through that. And
I know, but even to hear it, like, from his point of view, like,
we definitely got some
retelling
new-
when the neighbours was like, oh, I think that's my neighbour's house, and pointed. And then he knew in that moment it was bloody Jacinda Ardern's cat. That's crazy.
Do you think he did it on purpose for the publicity?
But he used a fake name, didn't he?
So that is a bit of a counterpoint.
Anyway, so that's animals getting hit by cars.
All
Part
right,
of the real news
what's
done.
next?
Okay, we've got one. No, we've got one more big news, and it's about the man trying to find Bigfoot in a remote area of the
I love
Coromandel.
this. You know that
I wouldn't quite. You're a big Bigfoot fan.
No, I kind of am. Like,
Okay.
Mohow Man. My dad always told me about Mohow Man when we were growing up, going down to the Coromandel. Whenever we'd go through the bush section, he just. I got the feeling he was basically making it up. There wasn't a lot of information, but I grew up with this lore, and I'm so happy that there. And I've been talking about it because there's been shit all online about him, about the Mohow Man, and now there's some guy who's out there trying to find him who claims to have had many close encounters.
It's quite amazing. So he's been interested in the paranormal, and he's had all sorts of ghost encounters. I think alien encounters, and now a couple of Yeti encounters. Did you watch the video that accompanied the story on Stuff?
I
for
haven't,
this?
no.
Okay, it's really good. I recommend you watch it because it's just this fella giving his 1.5 minute account of what he reckons is going on, and he's sitting in a field somewhere. As he's talking, I don't know why it's so funny, but little duck or a goose or something wanders blurry along in the background, and because he's talking about a Bigfoot sighting, it kind of feels like you want to go, hey, look behind you, and then as he keeps talking, then a guy is running, jogging in the background, and for some reason it just is really funny. You should definitely watch it. I went quite deep in this. He's trying to crowdfund to make a documentary.
It's gotten really bad, eh? He's got 25
he's got 25 bucks out of his
what?
goal of 8,500.
5,800. So
Oh, is it? Sorry.
yeah, transpose the 5 and the 8.
Either way, not even close.
Paranormal.
And then
sort
I
of
went
number.
onto his YouTube channel and saw him doing the video of him wandering around in the Coromandel, and he had found a footprint. He casts them. They just look like slabs of
Looks
rock.
like sort
That
of a
looks
rock.
legit.
Yeah. Well, does it?
Toe, heel. I'm sold.
Are you
You're
dancing?
saying- Yeah.
But also, he has this this amazing bit where he's got to take measure out on the footprint, and he's like, it's 33 centimetres. It's much bigger than my size 11 shoe. So then I went and looked up what a size 11 is, and a size 11 foot measurement is 28 centimetres. So it's not
It's like a
unfeasible.
size 13. It's like
That.
Brody's shoe.
Yeah, but also it could even have been his size 11 shoe, because if the foot's 28 centimetres, add an
Yeah.
extra 5 for shoe and for a little bit of squidge around each of the mud. And
But a squidge.
I just don't think he's got a really good case with the measurement of the print, that's all.
I think he's cool, and I think he's cracked this case wide open.
Has he seen the
next.
thing?
Yeah, no.
He's had rocks
but
thrown.
been
I've
around
heard
there, he's got
strange
the vibe.
scream sounds. I found footprints and even had stones thrown at me.
It's a strong, shaggy creature.
A manimal.
So he says he's been out in the bush and he's heard bipedal sounds, so like footprints, and then he's had stones thrown at him, and he's heard a wood knocking sound. I mean, it could.
It's
just
enough
be
for me. I'm calling it proof.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but they didn't even link to his bloody... Yeah, I know you're trying to wrap it up.
I know they
that's
don't want to help him out. They
That's
haven't linked to
rude.
his Give a Little or anything, have they?
I can't even spell it.
Okay.
I'll try
Well,
to
you're
find
not
it.
supposed to be on the internet, Ella.
Yeah, I know, but I'm supporting this lovely man.
You're not supposed. But you will, won't you?
I have 4 weeks to decide if I'm going to drop my entire life for you.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
Did you just buy? I don't even know you.
Alex, you have your hand up.
$65. It's up to $65.
Goodness
Yes.
me, where
So that
is
was worth
it?
the Google. Huh?
That
Where
is
is it at?
wild.
Give a little. I'll put it in the bloody corner.
But it's unbelievable that after being on stuff,
Well, they didn't link to it.
They didn't link to
Look
it.
how much work there was for me to find that. It was like
I couldn't
2
find
different
it.
searches. Couldn't
I just
you?
feel bad for him. Maybe we should use the members fund to just max him out. No, that's not what we do with the members fund. That's for proper journalism. But I might. I don't know. I think we should cover. It's crazy that stuff didn't put the link in. That's bad journalism. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Okay. Love Island UK. I'm a latecomer, so no spoilers. I'm only about 5 episodes in, and I believe that it's like, how many episodes deep is it now? Like 36
I
or
just
something?
watched episode 39 last night.
Okay, I got a wee
Where
way
are
to
you
go.
up to, Jane? Oh my god, I'm so excited for you.
I'm just like I'm episode 5 or 6 or something. There's a new guy's. The first new guy is just arrived. I don't even
Who
know
is
his
he?
name. I don't even know. Molly Mason, and the first new guy's about to arrive.
Oh my god, what a journey you've got ahead of you.
I'm looking forward to it. Who watched
can't
the
even
dramatic
talk about it.
Kardashian?
Is that because you've got a pineapple in your mouth?
Yeah, this pineapple's off
Yeah, I think it's gone
in a
bad.
big way.
It's turned.
Why are you guys eating pineapple in the middle of winter?
We're not eating normal pineapple. We're
Well, I
eating
think it's been in the
rancid
fridge since summer.
pineapple.
Oh my god!
I reckon you could probably
It
get
tastes
a
like
bit
vinegar.
boozy. You get a bit boozy off it.
Did you eat the whole bit? What did you do with
I
the
ate
rest
the
of
whole
bit? Okay. What's like it's done now.
No, come on, just finish the bit. Commit to the
Too
bit.
much of the bit.
Hope Susie's
yeah, I
not
watched.
listening.
It's just a strong recommend. I never watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I jumped back in for this. I don't know what season it is, but the finale of the latest season because it had all the Jordan. What's his name? Tristan drama, and it's quite an amazing episode. It's
Okay.
worth checking in because they all are finding it out in real time. Like Kim's just recording her the classic whatever it's called, talking head to camera, and she starts getting these texts, and they just keep rolling, and she's like, "Oh my
Amazing.
god!" And then they
wanna watch
call
that.
everyone. They have all these group calls, and it's quite amazing just seeing it. Yeah, it all happened, but then clearly there's a lot of conversations off camera about saving it all. Anyway, yeah, it's great.
I
Just
kind
strong
of-
recommend. It's a
I
moment.
kind of want to just end the podcast and go watch that now. That's
Yeah,
where I go.
same. Real bad.
You're still eating the pineapple.
Yeah, we
Why
both.
are you eating rotten pineapple?
It's funny.
The commitment to the bit. It's crazy.
I can't get sick.
Just put the whole thing in. It's not going to get you sick. It's just going to be yuck.
Okay, let's go to the block.
In other things that we watched, I watched the new The Hills. What's it called?
Oh yes.
With me for Byron.
Yeah. Tell you what, but it's not great. It's just funny seeing them all old. Like Spencer's face is just kind of huge now. He's normal size, but his face is just sort of big, and he's doing crystal healing and stuff. They're all
Oh my
just
God,
they're
cool.
living out the modern cliche version of what was going to happen to them.
Is there any
Love that.
scandal?
Oh, probably. I watched it for like 15 minutes. I basically just wanted to see Spencer again because I've always loved him, and I did, and it was great.
And how did Misha Barton hold up as new cast member?
I just don't buy it.
No. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's like they've got a new cast member in Teen Mom who was 24 when she had her kid.
What?
Exactly. Makes no sense.
I mean, you're a mom. Sure, I'll grant you that.
Yeah, well, if that's the only qualification, why am I not on the show?
You know they're doing
Thanks very
Teen
much.
Mom Australia?
Yeah.
It feels weird to open as a franchise. It's such a strong incentive to get prego.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, but
FOMO.
they reckon it's. Have you watched it?
No,
Pretty much
puts you.
it definitely puts you off having children because all their lives are just like since they've been kids.
I mean, shit, we've all had kids. Well,
Yeah, true.
Alex, anything you want to tell us?
I don't know what happened to me after
but
that
anyway.
day with the butt plugs and whatnot. She's gone.
yeah.
Can't handle that sort of talk. I just
Jane
can't.
literally just dropped under the table there.
Okay, the block. Let's go to the block. The happy little block. Actually, it's not a happy block. People on Facebook are gropeable, as Kath and Kim would say.
Gropeable.
That's good.
That is good.
Because they reckon there's a whole lot of bullying going on the show. It's not bloody on, is it? Bullying culture. Kids are watching that show for crying out loud. What do you guys reckon?
Is there?
Who's bullying who?
I don't know. I mean, old mate Lisa was calling them upstairs narcs and mother effers and this, that and the other. And then there was that time when Makaire got cornered by everyone and Amy said that this is why you've got no mates or whatever and so on. All the drama. I'm fine with it myself, obviously. I'm okay with it. Yeah.
I'm bored of the block.
Yeah, I don't love it this season.
I know. I've been watching. I haven't stopped watching, but I don't know. I was disappointed in the bathroom, and we'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
I might put
let's
some
talk
fucking
about
effort
it.
in. I'm
Exactly.
showing up
Okay,
here
let's talk
every
about
day
it.
to
I'm
watch
fucked
this.
off.
Talk about it.
Finish your bloody
Finish your
thing.
bloody fucking bathrooms, and don't like if you got some new floor fucking thing that means you can't finish your bathroom. Don't do the like kick them off the block.
Who had a new floor
Mad
thing?
and her mum on.
Oh my god.
It's just stupid.
Put Rod in.
I'm like that's like your room reveal is the episode of the week. And there are 5 freaking rooms, and only 2 of them got revealed. Absolute shambles. I was
The shit show.
gropeable.
I also didn't understand. I still don't really understand why, because it kind of seems like the same thing might happen or be close to happening this week as well, right? Like, it's a shit show. You reckon
they'll
no?
be finished. They'll be fine. They do
They
that
better know.
literally every week. They make out that someone might not make it, you know?
But it's different between might not make it and got nowhere near making it. Like, I could have done that bathroom.
Just made a shitty little mood board thing.
Yeah, the mood board.
Light a candle, Lisa. No one will notice your bathroom's not done.
Anyway, let's move on from that week that wasn't. Amy and Stu won, by the way.
Or can we just say, can we just issue a threat that we will, like, because here's my thing is that they should have been penalised by more than having a week's worth of shit scores. There should have been some kind of comeuppance. And I think we should say, next time someone doesn't finish a room, like properly doesn't finish it, doesn't even try, just fucking goes down to fucking Subway, has a nice time, we're just not going to talk about the block that week.
Okay.
That will teach them.
Well, in that case, I want to watch all the room reveals first so I don't have to bother watching the 3 episodes leading up to it. If I
No,
know
we don't
that-
want, no, the following week.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that.
Okay, so this week we're not covering it. Is that what you're saying? Stop talking?
No, next time. It's next time.
Okay.
Next week. Oh god.
No,
They're
the
on their
next time
final
they're on their final warning.
Oh, God.
Also,
Oh, God.
I think the old Gizzy Hut, I think they did cheat with the builders being on and we were asleep. It's like, if you're asleep when you do a murder, you still did a murder.
Also, once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah, there's
as
that
they
No,
say.
expression.
As they say on Love Island. No spoilers, Jane.
They also say it is what it is a lot. I've noticed that.
It is what it is, always.
Yeah.
My head won't turn. I love the Love Island. Oh, God. I love that
So
show.
good. Okay, anyway. This week, on the block, master bedrooms and ensuite, with tiles for the ensuite being chosen by Jason. He also chose a tile for, one of the teams ended up with a tile that's like too heavy to put on a wall.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
that was cool. That's classic Jason Neeg, I thought.
Well, what about Jason?
He had a bloody heart attack.
How was that not big in news?
I read it at the time. I just forgot to put it in the doc.
That's quite a big one to not put in the doc, Alex.
A heart
Can't do it all.
attack.
It was because there was like a big chat about it in the corner, and I was sort of like, oh, it's done. But he was making jokes even at the time. He was sort of going like, oh, the hospital room is too beige or something. So I think it was like kind of fine.
So it's just one of those little ones.
Yeah.
Fuck, I probably had one just then when I was talking about the block. Like, it's bullshit.
It defies belief, but there are actually more people who listen to this podcast than there are people in the corner. So even though the corner might have, today's news is tomorrow's newspaper, the rest of the people listening might want to chat about it.
That's true.
Is that our slogan now?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's so cool.
There was I've put 3 p.m, but I meant 3 a.m. curfew imposed this season now by old mate.
Osher.
Mark. That's new. They must have all been, I don't know, what's going on there? Do you reckon that there's been some sort of
health and safety
thing going on?
I tried to get us to do a story about the health and safety implications of the block. Couldn't get any
That's right.
excitement out of the young millennials.
No, didn't Mad do it?
Did she? Young Mad. She's
I think
an old soul.
young Mad might have done it. Who knows?
Anyway.
Possible to find
out. What else happened? Oh, the curtain challenge was good because there were a whole load of people in underwear.
I loved
the
that.
The MediaWorks family. Aziz from the AM show, Dom Harvey from The Edge, Nixon from My, and Chang from The Edge, all in their undergarments. Panties,
Chang ran for a bloody local board, Eden Albert board.
That's true.
Yeah. He's all about it.
He tried to in-seat your mum.
No, board.
Oh, the local board.
Yeah. But same
steps.
family, City Vision. It's crazy. I love this challenge. I thought, who won?
The millennials won. They made Nixon out all regal-like.
I did quite like that, but I thought Sophie and Makaide's one was cooler. It was so skilled.
They win too much.
Is that what it is? They just can't.
I don't know. Was it if Phlox was judging it, eh? She's basically part of the Block family because they're always using her artwork.
Well, sorry, Jay, your audio went funny for us and it sounded like dubstep.
It actually did. It really did.
I was just talking about Phlox and how she was the judge and she's basically part of the Block family because they always use her artwork. Remember, someone used her artwork as a splashback way back in the day. She's like how they always
Throwback splashback. How is that not like a segment on the blog?
Yeah.
Splashback flashback?
Oh
my god.
So many.
I don't know what a splashback is.
What?
What is a splashback?
It's the bit behind your stovetop where all the shit splashes up onto so you can wipe it off.
The wall.
Yeah, but
In
it's
your house,
actually waterproof.
Oh, we have a tile bit.
There you go.
That's
That's
just
the splashback.
splashback.
I can't believe you don't know that after all these years of watching.
I only
the blog.
recently realised that you have to clean that.
What? Have you just been letting it just...
Yeah, well,
layer and layer
invisible
of-
mess, Like, I'd wipe it if there was gunge on it. But what I realised, when you
Ganja.
cook... when you cook fish, right, and it's like a problem, it's Fish City, and we'd like aired out the whole house, I like vacuumed, I wiped down everything, and I couldn't figure out why the house still stunk, and it was because of the bloody
Splashy.
splashy.
Oh my god! How's your rain hood? Have you got a rain hood?
That's called the who?
The rain hood. Do you ever clean out the filters of your rain hood?
Oh, my last inspection, we got told off about that.
Yeah.
So we had to take the grates off and put them through the dishwasher. Still didn't clean it properly. But then I got a clean bill of health last inspection, so...
I think I actually quite like the idea of a household terminology of the week with Jane Yee explaining it to Alex.
Why does I never have to refer to these things.
I reckon you know all of the terminology, Jane.
I know a bit,
So
but I
say
have to
something.
say, Alex, I reckon
Say
your
something.
landlord's pretty rich if they're giving you a house inspection when they're busy growing
They are pretty
mushrooms on your
rich.
ceiling.
End it there.
Okay. Anyway. Oh god. Something about drilling holes. The tradies going into someone's space. Blah blah. Didn't ask permission. Blah blah. Boring. But how?
I did not like the way that my likeness went about that situation.
Oh yeah.
He was so passive aggressive, and they kept being like, "We're nice people," and I was like, "You're not." The way that you did that. It was, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but when he was going out being like, yeah, it would be nice if you had told us. It's just like, just say, hey guys, next time, send me a note. Something.
Well, especially if he's going to use your likeness
Exactly.
to live in the
Yeah.
world, he should consult you to make sure that the behaviour
Exactly.
tonally matches what you would do
Exactly.
in that situation.
Exactly.
He's giving you
like it.
all a bad name. All of you.
All of
guys.
us.
Both of
Tiny,
you.
tiny mouth glasses folk.
Okay. But what about turning on and off lights just by touching special paint on the wall? What about
Oh,
that?
is that a real thing?
Yeah, this is fucking Lisa and Ribs again.
They're gone mad.
They are
They're
mad with
just doing like
technology power.
novelty block.
It's
so dumb,
crazy.
right? I mean, it's cool. Like, it's quite amazing tech. What?
Just had an idea. Do you reckon we can buy that sign that they didn't use for the museum?
Ooh. Those are real expensive, though. Those
Yeah, but there is no market for the "treat your woman right" sign. Like, you get that for $1.
Possibly.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
want that.
Can
I
make
don't
some
want that in the
inquiries.
museum.
I think it'll be an HR problem.
Maybe you have like an adults only section, like the on Get It to Te Papa when the
Oh,
with the
yeah, the
dildo.
dildo's behind it.
Can I just suggest that Alex Casey be the curator of the adults only section, seeing as she is now somewhat of an expert?
Sexpert.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Okay. Does Ribs ever talk, by the way? We thought, like, you would thought with a name like Ribs, he was going to come in and be this big old character, and he's really just barely there.
He's a jolly man. I don't mind Ribs.
I mean, I like him, sure, but I just was expecting more. It's the Lisa show.
Ribs gets grumpy, and I think when he's tired, there was that chat about how he gets grumpy and he gets short with everyone when he's tired. That was relatable.
But also, Lisa's got enough chat for both of them, and
True.
it's fine.
It's true.
Yeah.
One more thing on that stupid paint. So is it like, what I didn't get is, do you just paint the paint in a little patch, or is the whole wall with that
Patch.
paint so you could touch
Patch.
anything?
Patch.
Just
Otherwise,
put a fucking light switch in there because you're doing the same thing. It's like, it's the same thing. Putting your hand on the
Yeah,
wall.
but you don't have to see an unsightly light switch.
and also
What you
it doesn't
will see is a
limit.
dirty fucking handprint after like 2 weeks.
Oh, shit.
I guess
It's
what,
crazy.
Alex?
It's
just not
Other
a
people
splashback
wipe their shit
situation.
down in their houses, okay?
You what now?
I was just saying other people wipe their shit down in their houses.
I love how swearing
It's
this
true.
pod has become.
Well, you go all rucked up out the bathroom.
Yeah, now
you set
we're
the
all
bar.
fucking
But that paint
fucking
is just crazy.
swearing.
Okay, but also it does give you the opportunity to like move your furniture around wherever you will because there's no light switch in the way. I mean, if you
Well,
put your bed
yeah,
in
but-
front of it, then the bed's
Yeah,
in the
then
way.
you can't turn off the
But you
light.
could partially cover it.
But it's just a light switch like by the door. Like, what are you ever going to put
Disgusting. Look at it.
there?
Foul.
Disgusting.
I'm telling you now, this is the end of the light switch, as predicted by Lisa and Ribs. Okay, just watch this space. Ribs also called pom poms on cushions poppadoms. I think he's just being funny.
What did he call them?
Poppadoms. So what about
Poppadoms,
that
that's
cushion with the
right.
poppadoms?
See, there you go. Ribs doesn't talk.
Yeah, I mean when he does, it's good, obviously.
It's good.
And Lisa had this wonderful moment when she was shopping. She was like, "There's 2 in here, right? Because it says pear on the front, so that's 2, isn't it?" That's no joke.
Question.
They had
she's
a
good.
garden. They had a garden to table challenge at a school. Lisa and Ribs won some artwork, so they can have a second nudge at that treat your girlfriend right artwork. And then there was a blowing football.
Oh my
Thing.
god, that was so boring. It was like at least 15 minutes of that.
But also-
Ridiculous.
I feel like unhygienic. Really blowing in each other's faces there.
They were quite close to each other. I mean, there's sickness going around the block. Another health and safety concern.
Lisa won that one, which is good because the prize was an undo. And remember, they've got that safe full of shit there, just full of stuff.
Yeah.
And they want to play some of that stuff. And if someone else is holding an undo, they could undo whatever they play. So it's a great form of self-defense in a way. Okay. Sophia Makari's shower has 4 shower heads in it. 10 shower heads. 10.
That is an in joke.
Yeah.
4 shower heads. I think 3 too many.
Me too. How many? 4 too many for you, Alex?
I just, well, yeah.
You filthy
What's
animal.
a shower? But is it like, because you know how Tom and bloody, what's his name? The boys from last season, we saw their lovely house. They took us around and we had that lovely awkward moment where we all stood in the shower.
Yeah.
Because that was a double shower, wasn't it?
It was, but the thing with Sophia Mikado's is that the picture you know how they do their little artist interpretation of what it's going to be, and they have the normal slider shower situation that you're used to, but then just on the wall there just seem to be like 3 other heads all lined up next to each other, almost like like an electric toothbrush with different head attachments. Just 3 just stacked there, so can't wait to see how it all turns out on Sunday night.
Very weird.
Well, it better all turn out. That's not all I'm saying.
Whoa. Holy. You right?
Still mad.
You're not on the terps, are you?
No, but soon. About 7 minutes.
The tease for next week, someone may have been using a drill after tools down. So, gosh, it's getting real exciting.
This is great.
5 out of 5 from me.
The nicest thing that's ever happened.
And that's the real review. Alex, you've got something to review.
Oh, yeah, I
Maybe.
went to the films last night, and I'm going to the films again tonight. I'm having a big cinematic week. I went to see Crawl last night. Brand new alligator flick.
Ooh.
It's good. I'd give it 5 stars.
What?
It's cool. It's got the lady from Skins, Kaya Scoliosis or something, Scoliardo or something like that.
From Skins, English Skins.
Yeah, English Skins. Effie?
Oh, Effie.
The main kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in it.
Is that an English
There's a
one?
massive storm. No, she's American. It's in where's all the Miami, Florida.
Florida.
There's a massive storm. Like evacuate. Everyone has to evacuate, and her dad.
I believe they call them hurricanes.
Ooh.
Hurricane. And so she goes back to find him in their childhood home, and then they get stuck there. And then the floodwaters be rising, and the alligators be coming in to their home.
It's a double whammy like thing because the waters are rising and they're going to run out of space to breathe, and there's an alligator, right?
Oh, there's bloody
So
more
this
than
is
one
a
alligator.
scare
Jared.
flick.
It's great.
I watched the
Really?
trailer.
Yeah.
I don't like scary movies. I would never watch it anyway, but I feel like I've seen the movie and watched the trailer. What I don't understand is in the trailer it looks like the girl gets attacked like 15 times. And
She
she's
does.
still got all her arms and legs and things. Oh. What?
Well, no. Let's not give away some facts.
There's a lot of attacking. It's very gory. There's a lot of scares. It's made by the guy who directed The Hills Have Eyes, so it's very like
that's a good film.
freaky, but it's also kind of just like a hard out like action-y kind of a movie as well. I just loved it.
How many stars again?
Well, I just give it 5 again. Strong 5.
Did
for
you
Crawl.
say you
10
saw
now.
it twice?
No, I didn't. I don't know why that's in the doc.
Oh, I thought I must have
would see it
misread one of your
twice.
messages.
And then what film are you going to see today?
Today I'm going to see Disney's The Lion King.
Haven't heard of it.
Amazing.
I know. And I'm going to have my stalker cam out because there are going to be celebrities.
Are you going
What's
to the
your stalker
premiere?
cam?
I'm going to the premiere.
That's amazing. Do you know who I reckon is probably going to be there?
Erin.
This guy.
Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Cranny.
Colin's Cranny. Fuck.
Colin's
Too early. Sorry. I feel like that was my fault. I miscued you. Colin's Cranny. There's one tweet to read this week. Here it is. It's like a Stephen King horror movie outside with all this fog. I can't leave the house and I have no quiche. It's a nightmare. Never a truer word or
good
set of
tweet.
words. Also, he's not put an apostrophe on the it's when it should have been there as well. So just
Hey, don't say that around Alex.
I know. I'm just
Wait,
life is
There
always a
shouldn't
lesson.
have been
Alex.
an apostrophe here. Isn't there? It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Or did
No,
you
no,
insert that?
Oh, you put it in.
No, there's no apostrophe there.
Yeah.
There is in the doc.
There's not on mine. What's happening?
What?
Well, why is your iTunes
This
logo
is like a
bouncing?
Stephen King horror movie.
Where is Bigfoot?
Okay.
I love that. What I love about Colin is I feel like he has like cravings for food in a very
does.
public way. Like he's always just like, it'll be like first thing in the morning, he'll just be like, I'm craving KFC or something like that, but constantly.
I think it's him using Twitter the way Twitter was intended to be used. I love an old school tweeter who just does like kind of borderline inane, this is what I had for lunch tweets. Because
Yeah.
it's so freaking intense out there. It's just he's a man out of time. It's
That's true.
gorgeous.
It's true.
Go and read his Metro Agony Aunt, Agony Uncle column. It's so good. Have you read it?
It is good. I haven't read the latest one.
Oh, this week's is really, really good. It starts
It's a great bit of casting.
He's a very wise man.
One of his replies starts with, "Now I'm a Lexus ambassador."
That's good.
Anyway,
So good.
that's Colin, and here is our good friend Max.
Is it time?
Is it slow jam?
Time to make.
Like and subscribe.
I ain't singing.
She is dancing. Let's not be the jazz version, but those hands.
This is not the jazz version. I'm way too scared to play the jazz version now that so many people in the corner have been like, yeah, it doesn't make it any better. The fact that we know that it's Max Key Corner doesn't make
I
it any
can't
better.
believe it. This is
I
the
know.
first time I've ever felt distance from the corners.
That's not true. But in the past,
What?
it's always been resolved. And I think this one will be resolved. I think when we put out the Christmas album, which has Max Key Corner done 10 ways, like there'll be the Appalachian sort of bluegrass folk version and, you know, the like sort of Brooklyn rap version. Because that's the thing. It's a forever melody.
True.
Classical, like a full orchestral version. A show tune.
Yeah. Paul
Because
loves
I can
show
imagine him
tunes.
in
He
like
could do
a
that.
boater, you know, a
Yeah.
boater hat.
Max K or Paul?
No, Paul. I don't think of Max Key.
Anyway, back to the man himself. For a hot minute there, Max had 3 photos in a row wearing a shirt, which was a travesty. He's fixed it now. He's got bare chest is back. He's in Europe. He's been in Italy, also Portugal. His camera got nicked in Portugal, by the way.
Oh no.
Imagine the treasures on that.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Shit.
bounty, Real Pod bounty. If you have Max Key's camera, we will buy it off you for $100 Nando's gift card previously meant for Mike Poru.
Is that a handy voucher for Poru?
It's a handy.
Whoa.
Fat hundy.
It's a test because I want Mike to get in touch. Like, it's a test to see if he's still listening. Mike,
Spend
a $100 voucher for you. All you have to do is
Why don't we just keep saying it's
message one of
more?
us. Yeah.
All right,
Inflation is cool
secondly,
as well.
second point. Point number 2.
Yep.
What was going on under Max Key's shirt for those 3 photos? I think something bad was happening under there.
Oh, you think it's like a big pimple or something?
Or he got a giant tattoo and regretted it, had it removed. Or
Well, I think, as you well know,
takes a long time, doesn't it?
flesh-eating disease.
No, those are no joke.
I don't think you should be joking about that, Duncan.
I'm
There are
just saying,
people listening
something going on.
who've got flesh-eating diseases right now who probably find that really hard to hear.
Okay, cut it out. I regret it. I regret it.
I made a boo-boo. His camera did not get nicked. Well, it did get nicked. It got stolen by the sea. So I don't think we're going to recover it.
Still good.
And also,
Still
surely it's a
good.
GoPro, right? And they're waterproof. So that little tidbit is going to wash up in the ocean somewhere in Europe, and someone is going to be in for some treats.
What a beautiful little time capsule.
Croatia. Croatian corny.
Badge.
Oh,
Honey badger.
any cornies in Europe or anywhere near oceans where that might meet the ocean that surrounds Portugal.
It's the sea. Isn't it the Mediterranean?
One of those. Just keep your eye out. Head down to the beach, perhaps in a month or 2. Keep your eye out. I'm not sure how long it takes a camera to bob along to another nation, but we'll soon find out. Anyway, that's our podcast. Thanks very much for listening.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Duncan and Alex. Thank you, Tina. And thank you
Tina.
Thank you,
to our
Jane.
mighty
How
Lord
does Tina make all
Nando's.
this technology happen?
It's amazing.
With her big brain. It's crazy.
She is the internet. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBet.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.